Hey, what's up, guys? It's Seth with InDemandCareer.com. I show people how to get jobs in digital marketing with no previous experience or education. And that includes my very special guest today, Rolando, who was hired during COVID and is at a job at an agency that he absolutely loves. He had a career change from a terrible job to a job that he loves. All happened during COVID, and I'm very excited to share his story with you. So, hello, Rolando. Thank you for being here.
Hey Zach, thank you for having me.
Um, let's start out with what are you doing right now? What is your job?
Currently, my title is Junior SEO Analyst, and I do SEO.
And for those of you who don't know, SEO stands for search engine optimization, which is the process of helping websites rank higher in Google search results. So I'm just going to start out with this. Do you like your job? What are your feelings on your new career?
Man, I love my job. Every day, like when I'm in it, I'm just like, this is what I get to do. Like, not only do I get the potential to get paid more, like I've been recruited, like just like in 2 months, I've been recruited for a higher paying job. And even though I want to stay with my agency for like I think a year, maybe more, I just feel very blessed because my old job just the pay was not good and I felt bored and just like stuck.
So let's take a walk back and help walk people through your journey from going from where you were to where you are now. What job were you at before you got into this digital marketing career?
Well, I worked for Disney for like a year and media in the media industry. I was a media specialist at Disney. Uh, the reason before that I was at Fox, so Disney bought Fox, I mean within the merger, and because of that, I think a year after buying Fox, Disney said our branch was closing down, and I decided that I don't like media anymore. Like it sucks. Like I don't like staring at videos and doing quality controls and subtitles for like forever for the rest of my life. Like this is my life. That's very, very depressing. And then I remember watching during college Engineering Truth, and I remember about digital marketing, and that's when I decided, why not take, you know, might as well. And that's
Yeah, just to clarify, we were talking about this because I worked in media too. So Rolando's job, when you say media and even you hear Disney or Fox, might think, oh, how impressive. But these jobs, and this is what's crazy, is you spend 4 years. Rolando went to college, and QC or quality control means your job is to sit at a computer for 8 hours watching content that raw content, not like Netflix fun stuff. Like you're watching raw footage and you're looking for mistakes, or you're, when you said, doing subtitles, or you're seeing a problem, so you have to put in a new title. It is so tedious, guys. I want you to imagine what it would be like if you were, for every day you came into work and you had to stare at the TV for 8 hours. You're not watching things that are fun. You're not doing it for leisure. You literally are like a hawk staring at this thing, looking for little mistakes. It sounds like some kind of dystopian future to me. And then what was the deal in that field? What was the chances for advancement?
oh man, like you would have to basically stay there for at least 10 years, maybe more, to become a manager. Or if someone retired, then there's the opportunity right there. And that's not even 100% you'll get it because you're competing with other people, you're senior, you know? So to me, I did the math because, I'm 29. So, I'm thinking about my future. And I don't want to be 50 and still be in a media job making the most, like 50 or 60K a year, after like 10 plus years. And that just to me wasn't just, no, I wasn't going to have that. So
That's
decided to
right.
switch it.
So, and just to point this out, so when you were working at this job, you were getting paid how
Uh,
much?
I started at 20 dollars an hour.
$20 an hour. And then when you got your first agency job, what were you getting paid? What are you getting paid?
I'm getting paid more than $20 an hour. I don't know exactly how much an hour it is, but I get paid, a lot more than without even having a degree or anything. So
Right. No degree in marketing. Um, but the other thing, as you pointed out, is that you've already been approached by recruiters for uh, for other jobs.
yeah, it was so surprising to me. Like I think like in 2 months and a half, like this company just, well, this recruiter just hit me up on LinkedIn and it's like, hey, we're starting a new division in our company, well, with SEO opportunities, and we're wondering, if you would like to be interested or not. It's like basically a whole paragraph and page, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, because like I seen like the testimonials and like I didn't think it was still like recruiters hit you up. Still, I thought like that ship had sailed with digital marketing, so many years, so that was made me really excited.
I'm glad. No, it has not sailed. As long as people keep majoring in things like media, no offense, like
Sorry.
media, and people keep majoring in these silly things, and also the marketing degrees don't teach this, there will continue to be opportunities. So let's talk about uh, your journey now from having no experience with digital marketing to getting a job and working and growing in it during a pandemic where most people think there aren't any new jobs. But let's start back at the beginning. So you took the course, you said like November, December 2019, and let's just tell people about your experience and what happened.
Sure. So actually, it took me 2 weeks just to go through the whole course, and I went, like you said, I went back at it again, and this time I did the Google Ads template, I did the SEO template, and I just try to learn as much as I can. And then once I got my clientele, which were family members and friends, which they own their own company, I handled their Google Ads for free, and I did that for like I think like a couple weeks, and then I felt like I was ready to actually get a job. So my job search was like on LinkedIn. I did every job search on LinkedIn. I know there's others like Indeed and Glassdoor and all that stuff, but I focus more on LinkedIn. Um, and at first, it was all entry jobs. Like I try to look for jobs with said internship or like 1 year, stuff that I feel like, okay, well, they know that I'm still learning, so they don't expect as much. So I went that route. But after like a while, after I applied to all those jobs, which was actually not as many around my area, there are more other jobs like, oh, we need 3 years of experience, 2 years of experience. I was like, screw it, I want to freaking apply to the 3 year jobs, and that's actually when I got more hits, more interviews with those 3 year jobs, and that really surprised me. So yeah, and then after
Whoa,
that,
that's worth focusing on, guys. That's amazing because I know this is no, it's great. It's great because this is an issue people and I get it, and that's why I'm so passionate in my walkthroughs where I tell you to don't be intimidated to apply for the jobs that say more experience required. You just said it all. Um, you have been taught by me to you've been taught things by me that there's literally thousands of people working in digital marketing that don't know those things, don't practice those things. There are a lot of bad digital marketers. And you have the right to apply for those positions that say 3 years. And those people looking for those positions, to fill those positions, they need you. They want you. So I'm really happy that you said that. So go on.
yeah, I mean, I did interviews. Like the first interview, really nervous, but every interview that I got, whether it was phone interviews or in-person interviews, I got better. I it's not like a little pattern. Like they kept asking the same questions and like what they, my experience, how it was, how it relates to, this job, and I got better at answering it.
How did you, that's actually a really good thing to ask. How did you, okay, so you, just to clarify for people, you generated your experience, and what were the companies that you worked on? You said you had some family and friends who owned businesses and you helped them with their advertising.
Yeah,
What were those
so
businesses?
one of the businesses was a hair salon, just local hair salon. So I thought to do Facebook ads instead of Google. For the Google ads, I focused on my friend's construction company, and he gave me a set budget and all that stuff. So yeah, so it's basically handling people, helping them out too, for free.
Right. So when you went into a job interview, and you're applying for a job that says 3 years experience, and you literally do not have 3 years experience. You literally have just a month at this point. Because that's another thing, guys. You know, he went through the course in 2 weeks. Some people do that. Other people, it takes a few months because there's a lot of info. But you didn't have 3 years experience. You had at most a month or two experience.
Yep.
So how did that go in the interview?
Well, they asked me about the company that I work for, how much budget it was, and they asked me, just like, because I had two clients, so I told them about my clients, told them about. I also redesigned my friend's web construction company website because he was using Wix. I told him no, use WordPress. It's way better and it's more SEO focused as well. I just basically tried to get everything, all my skills that I learned to leverage myself, into that position, or whatever I did that was a skill set. So
When you say they asked like your companies and budgets, like you just were honest about the fact that you had two clients and that you were learning and that this is what you were doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that led me to my after my job search. There was two jobs that offered me, a job offer. One was for PPC, one for SEO. Both of them knew that I first started. They both, had two clients. It's like, hey, we're willing to train you. Don't worry about it. And actually, the PPC job was paying a lot more than the SEO job. But I really, really clicked with my SEO boss. The SEO job was my boss. Maybe he's Latino and we clicked. I don't know. But I really enjoyed talking to him. And I chose that because I said, in the end of the day, like, I feel like the reason I didn't want to do SEO was because to me, it was a lot harder to see the mistakes I was making. While in paid media, like I can see, I'm doing something wrong. I can change it real quick. SEO is more of a waiting game. Like, have to wait a little bit long, see if you're doing it right or not. And I was new to this course, so I didn't want to make mistakes. So, but the opportunity presented itself for SEO, and I was like, I'm going to take it.
So let's talk about COVID. Let's talk about the pandemic, because I believe that you got hired at the end of February, right?
Yeah. And honestly, I was scared because, like, this whole COVID started. I was like, oh man, I don't start till March. Like, I wonder if he's gonna rescind my, my job offer or whatever. I was scared, like, but he called me like the beginning of March saying, hey, wondering how you're doing. Are you okay? Don't worry. Are you still willing to accept this job? And I was like, oh yeah, for sure. Like, I was actually kind of worried. I can be very honest with this, my boss. He's very, very, transparent. So he's really cool. So I told him, yeah, like, thank you so much I thought I wasn't gonna have the job at all. He's like, no, we still need you. So in fact, my agency still is getting more clientele, more clients, even with the whole COVID thing. So.
Yeah, and SEO is, people don't understand. It's you said it's a long-term process that ultimately leads to free traffic for companies, which is why it's like, I always say it's like investing in a value stock. Over time, it's very valuable. So this is a great time for companies to be doing this. So tell me, just kind of, go nuts. Tell me about your job and what you like about it and what it's like.
I know some people like remote jobs, but I'm so used to the driving and going to work. I actually like the office space. I like talking to people because I feel like working from home, like, this is my space to just relax and chill. But now I had to make this, because of COVID, I had to make my place of chilling like a work environment. So I have to, like, I got used to it now, but in the beginning it was kind of rough for me. But every day I wake up, I just log in. I go to Slack, which is like a kind of like Zoom. No, it's kind of like Skype. We just chat. Say hey to my boss. I have like a list of priorities of what to do for each specific client. I just do the task, and he trusts me enough now that he just leaves me alone, and I only chat with him if I have questions or not. And it's really awesome because, like, he's like my mentor. Like, he teaches me stuff. Like, I learned so much. I'm getting paid to learn too. Like, I'm getting paid like to be mentored. It's awesome. Thank you so much, man. Like, honestly, like, I really, I just really want to say thank you for creating the course, and I really see, my future, like my career, going on, just, I'm pretty happy, bro. Like, honestly, like, Yeah.
I'm glad. Well, listen, it's been great talking with you. We'll stay in touch. I'll let you know when I'm going to post this. It'll probably be a couple of weeks. And I'm sure we'll talk again.
Cool, man. Hey, have a good day, man.
All right, you too. Have a good night. Bye-bye.